On a street in the market, Meghma Devi was selling ripe, sweet guavas with her small basket as usual. She had two daughters, both as beautiful as diamonds. The elder daughter, Nandini Singh, was an officer in the army, posted at the country's border, and the younger daughter, Savitri Singh, was the district magistrate, DM, of that city. Meghma Devi was very proud of her daughters. Whenever someone asked, Amma, what do your daughters do? Her chest would swell with pride. She would proudly say, one protects the country and the other governs the district. Still, Meghma Devi would occasionally come to the market to sell guavas, but she never told the girls about it. Everything was going well when one day an inspector named Arun Chaudhary came there on his bullet motorcycle. He stopped the bike on the side of the road and went straight to Meghma Devi's basket. Arun picked a guava from the basket and put it in her mouth without saying a word. Meghma Devi said a little shyly, Sir, the guava is very sweet. If you want, I can wait. Arun Chaudhary said arrogantly, Yes, give me 1 kilogram. Meghma Devi weighed the guava with trembling hands and filled it in a polythene bag. Arun took the packet, took out another guava, cut it in front of him and ate it. After chewing for a while, he frowned and said, What are you selling? It's a completely tasteless guava. It's not sweet at all. Meghma Devi said in panic, No sir, it's a very sweet guava. If you want, try another one. But Arun laughed and said, Shut up, not a single grain of your guava is sweet. You fooled me. And listen, I won't give you a single penny. Meghma Devi courageously clasped her hands and said, Sir, I have worked hard to bring this. Give me some money. Hearing this, Arun Chaudhary became angry. He got angry and picked up the entire basket and threw it across the road. The basket overturned, all the guava spilled on the road, in the gutter, under the wheels of the car. Meghma Devi stood there in shock. Her tears came to her eyes, her lips started to tremble. Her hard work and honor, both of them, seemed to have merged with the dust of the road. A crowd gathered around. People were watching the joke. Some were whispering, but no one dared to say anything to the man in uniform. Arun Chaudhary started the bike with oil on his moustache and left as if nothing had happened. No one in the crowd helped, but a young man, Rohit, was standing on the roof of a nearby house and recording everything on his mobile phone. His blood was boiling. He had known Meghma Amma since childhood and respected her greatly. Rohit stopped recording the video and started thinking what to do with this video now. He knew that Meghma Amma had a daughter in the army. With great difficulty, he found her number and immediately sent the video to Nandini Singh's WhatsApp, writing a short message below. Nandini Didi, look what happened to your mother in the market today. Thousands of kilometers away, in the middle of the snow-capped mountains, Nandini Singh was cleaning her rifle at a border post. Suddenly, her phone rang with a WhatsApp message tone. She picked up the phone and saw a video had come from an unknown number. As soon as she started the video, the color of her face changed. Her calm eyes turned red with anger. When she saw Inspector Arun Chaudhary throwing her mother's basket, her hands started shaking.
I picked up the phone and said, Yes, Didi, is everything okay? Okay, nothing. Anger and pain were clearly visible in Nandini's voice. I sent you a video. Watch it now. Savitri held the phone and opened WhatsApp. The ground beneath her feet shifted as she watched the video. Her mother, her beloved mother, was crying over the mangoes scattered on the road. A general inspector had trampled her mother's honor on the road. Tears welled up in Savitri's eyes too, but she controlled herself. She was a district magistrate. She had no right to be swept away by emotions. Savitri said in a trembling voice, Didi, I can't bear it. I can't bear this. Hearing this, Nandini angrily said over the phone, I am coming. I've taken leave. I won't leave him. Savitri said softly, No, Didi. You are needed at the border of the country. This area is mine. I will fight this fight. I will give my mother justice. Through the law. Nandini was silent for a while. She understood the hidden intention behind her sister's voice. She said, Okay, but she will have to be punished in a way that will make her soul tremble. Savitri said, "Don't give the money, Didi. This is my job now," and hung up the phone. She told all the officers present at the meeting, "This meeting ends here. You can all leave." Savitri started for her old home in a private car, not in a government vehicle. On the way, she changed into the district magistrate's attire, a simple red salwar suit. She wanted to be close to her mother, as a girl, not as a DM. After reaching home, Magma Devi was sitting quietly in a corner. Her eyes were rolled up, swollen. Seeing Savitri suddenly present, she was startled. "Savitri, are you here? Is everything okay?" Savitri didn't say anything. She just went to her mother and hugged her. She couldn't even control her voice as she put her head on her mother's chest. "Mother, why didn't you tell me?" Magma Devi shrugged her shoulders and said while crying, "What can I say, Betia? I didn't want you to get into any trouble. And she's a policewoman. I don't know how to leave her even if she forgets. Today, after so many days you have come here, I am very happy today." Savitri wiped her mother's tears and took her mother's hand in her own and said, "Now you are neither poor nor alone, mother. Your daughter is in power in this district. I promise that whoever treated you like this will be punished. I will bring back your lost respect." Magma Devi saw a different confidence in her daughter's eyes.
He silently watched them. That night, Savitri made a whole plan. He knew that if he entered the police station as the district magistrate, the police would fall at his feet and the real culprit would never be found and caught. He had to catch them in the act. The next morning, he put on his yellow salwar suit and called his most trusted officer, DM Vikas. "Vikas, I am giving you a job and it should be between the two of us," he said. "Yes, madam, tell me," Vikas replied. He said, "I will now go to the city's Kotwali police station in civilian clothes and file a complaint hiding my identity. I want you to appear at the police station exactly in 2 hours with a team of the SP, DSP, and other senior police officers in the district. Until I give the signal, no one will do anything." "Okay, ma'am, whatever you say," Vikas said. Savitri put down the phone. Friends, now the game is about to begin. Savitri reached the Kotwali police station wearing a simple yellow salwar suit, covering her face with a dupatta and walking like a common citizen. The atmosphere of the police station was exactly as she had imagined. A heavyweight, Hawala, was sleeping soundly, and Inspector Orban Chowdhury and that Sandeep were sitting there with old teacups in their hands, joking. Savitri stood by their table in fear and said, "Yes, I have to file a complaint." That Sandeep looked the old man up and down and said, "What happened? Who hurt you?" "Yes, tomorrow in the market, Inspector Sahib." As soon as Orban Chowdhury started the sentence, his eyes filled with tears. He looked at Savitri and said, "Which inspector are you mentioning? What are you talking about?" "It was you," Savitri said. "You threw an old woman's mango basket on the road in the market yesterday. I am her daughter." She tried to add a slight tremor to her voice. Hearing this, Orban and Sandeep laughed out loud. "Oh, so you are that old woman's daughter," Orban mocked. "So what happened? If a mattress falls on the road, a stick will fall. Come on, leave it. No FIR will be written." Savitri mustered some courage and said, "But this is illegal. You have misused the uniform." That Sandeep roared, "So you're going to teach us the law. If you talk too much, I will throw you inside on charges of obstructing government work. Get out of here." Savitri stood there and said, "I will not write it down again." The conversation that was being discussed started to get louder.
Suddenly, someone ran inside. His breath was coming in short gasps. "Sir, Ganga Prasad Yadav ji is coming to the police station." Hearing Ganga Prasad Yadav's name, both Arun and Sandeep's complexion changed. Ganga Prasad was an influential and arrogant leader in the city, at whose behest the police danced. Both of them jumped up from the inspector's chair as if they were struck by lightning. "Headman, open the gate quickly," Sandeep shouted to the Havaldar, and both of them ran towards the gate, as if some important person was arriving. A white safari car stopped inside the police station. A man named Ganga Prasad Yadav got out of the car wearing a white kurta and pajama. As soon as he entered, he said in a relaxed manner, "How are you, Chaudhry? How is the work going? Is there any trouble somewhere?" Arun and Sandeep then crawled and folded their hands and smiled. "Wah, sir, by your grace everything is going well. Please come and accept." But at that moment, Ganga Prasad's gaze went to Savitri standing in the corner. Seeing Savitri, the smile on his face disappeared. Sweat started on his forehead, and he was shocked. All his pride vanished on recognizing the girl he had thought was ordinary. He quickly came forward and stood in front of Savitri, folded his hands, bowing his head. He said, "Namaste, madam. You are here. If you had called earlier, I would have come." There was a trembling in his voice. Inspector Arun and Sandeep were stunned with surprise. Their eyes were wide. "What is going on?" "She is the daughter of that old woman," they said, shocked. "Ganga Prasad ji, why are you standing in front of her with folded hands? Why is Ganga Prasad, before whom the entire district bows his head, standing in front of that ordinary-looking girl like this? Who is this girl?" Arun asked Sandeep in a low voice. "What is going on?" Sandeep also shook his head excitedly. Before they could understand anything, there was the sound of cars stopping outside the police station. One after another, cars with red lights flashing stopped in front of the police station. DSPs, SPMs, various senior INSPS officers in the district got out of the cars and entered the police station at a high speed. They came silently and stood in a line behind Savitri. It seemed as if they had come to report to their seniors. Now silence descended on the police station. Only the sound of the fan beating could be heard. Arun Chaudhary and Sandeep seemed to have turned into stone statues. Their throats had gone dry. Beads of sweat were glistening on their foreheads. At that moment, the DSP came forward and looked at Arun Chaudhary angrily and said, "Inspector, stand politely. You, standing before the very respected district magistrate Madam Savitri Singh." "DM, madam," the word exploded like a bomb in the police station. Arun and Sandeep's feet fell.
Their feet moved as soon as they touched them. It felt as if someone had poured molten glass in their ears. They shivered as they looked at Savitri, whom they had insulted a moment ago as Amar Mer. Savitri's eyes no longer held the fear of an ordinary girl. There was the dignity and anger of a district magistrate. She said in a cold, authoritative voice, "Inspector Urban Chowdhury and SHO Sandeep Rana, both of them are trembling to the core. You are suspended with immediate effect." Savitri ordered, "SDM Sahib, file a case against them for showing off their uniform, insulting a common citizen, and dereliction of duty. Immediately set up a departmental inquiry against them." The SP immediately gestured to his subordinates, and the belts and caps of the two inspectors were taken away. The courage with which they had roamed around until yesterday, today they stood with their heads bowed in shame. Just then, leader Ganga Prasad Yadav mustered up courage and said, "Madam, they are just reckless. They make mistakes. Forgive them. I will explain." Savitri turned and looked at Ganga Prasad with such eyes that she trembled. "Netaji, take these. They are despicable goons behind the government uniform. And if you are talking about explaining, now the law will explain them. It would be better you stay away from this matter, otherwise the investigation may reach you too." Ganga Prasad's face turned white. He understood that it was not easy to confront this new DM. He quietly lowered his head and moved away, but there was that strange look of hatred and pain in his eyes, which Savitri noticed. The next morning, everyone thought the DM girl had given justice to her mother. Everything was going well. But sometime in the evening, when Savitri was having dinner alone, a call came from an unknown number on her personal mobile. He picked up the phone. "Hello?" But no one said anything on the other end, just a heavy sigh. Then a muted, mechanical voice said in a trembling voice, "DM Sahib, don't run around the city. Don't try to understand so much. The inspectors were just figures. The game will begin now." Savitri asked sternly, "Who is saying this?" Then the man said, "You stepped on him, that's what I'm saying," and hung up. A line of thought crossed Savitri's forehead. She understood that Ganga Prasad would not give up so easily. The fight was not over. Rather, it was about to take on a more dangerous form. Now she was not only worried about her mother's honor, she was also worried about their lives. She immediately called the SP and asked him to keep 2 plainclothes policemen around her mother's house to keep her safe, not to scare her, but to deal with any danger that might arise. A few days passed peacefully. Savitri thought, maybe.
The warning had worked and Ganga Prasad Yadav had backed away, but it was the calm before the storm. One afternoon, as Moghma Devi was packing her mango basket in the market, 3 police cars suddenly pulled up. A new inspector got out of the car, whom Savitri did not know. He pointed to Moghma Devi's basket and said, "We heard that drugs are being sold under this mango. Search it." Before anyone could understand, a military policeman pulled out a brown-colored drug from under the mango and shouted, "Sir, it's found." The market was abuzz and crowded. People began whispering, "Look, DM's mother is selling drugs." Moghma Devi was shocked and cried out, "No, sir, it's not mine. Someone framed me." But no one listened to her. The police forcibly took her into a jeep. The news spread like wildfire across the city. News channels ran breaking news. DM Savitri's mother arrested for drug trafficking. This was Ganga Prasad Yadav's brainchild. He did not attack Savitri directly, but targeted her strongest and weakest point, her mother. Now Savitri was caught in an awkward dilemma. If she used her power to bring her mother back, she could be accused of lust for power, and if she remained silent, her innocent mother would end up in jail. The phones in Savitri's office started ringing, the media, ministers, senior officials, all demanding answers. Just then, her sister, Anika, an army officer, called. Her voice was filled with anger and concern. "Sister, what is happening? I'm coming. I will not leave Ganga Prasad." Savitri took a deep breath and said in a firm voice, "No, Didi, you don't need to come. If we do illegal things like them, then how will we be any different from them? This fight will now be fought only within the law, and we will win it." Then Savitri immediately called a press conference. The entire media hall was packed. The camera flashes were flashing in her eyes. He said into the microphone, "I know what questions are on your minds. Serious allegations have been made against my mother. The law is the same for everyone, be it a common citizen or the mother of a district magistrate. I am not recusing myself from the investigation of this case, so that the investigation is not affected in any way. SP Sahab, form a special team and investigate impartially. I have full faith in the law. India like milk, like water, it will become clear." Ganga Prasad Yadav was also surprised by Savitri's firm decision. He thought Savitri would be scared and take some wrong step, but she had calmly restrained herself from the investigation. But Savitri did not rely only on the law. She called Rohit, the boy who had first made the video. Savitri said, "Rohit, you need help, you stay in the market, keep an eye out who went to mother's basket that day, any unknown Rangnaya, any new face, let me know everything." Rohit was ready to give a talk. He started asking around among the shopkeepers and friends in the market. After 2 days of hard work, he got a clue. The CCTV footage posted outside a nearby shop showed a man leaving something near a mugma basket. The face was not clearly visible, but it was the same man who had been seen with suspended Inspector Arpan Chaudhary many times. The evidence was there. This whole scam was concocted by Ganga Prasad Yadav through his instigated suspended inspectors. Now it was Savitri's turn. He, along with the SP, spread a fake page. They spread that the face of the person leaving the drugs was clearly captured in the CCTV footage and the police were going to arrest him. Hearing this news, Ganga Prasad's camp was in a state of shock. He got up and called Arpan Chaudhary. "That man cannot be caught. Deal with him quickly, otherwise we will all be trapped." Ganga Prasad was unaware that his phone was already under police surveillance. When Arpan Chaudhary and Sandeep Rana went to a secluded place outside the city to wipe out that man, Savitri and the SP surrounded them with their entire team. They were caught red-handed. After being caught, both of them were forced to open their mouths against Ganga Prasad Yadav. The last part is written in a shallow way. The next morning, when Ganga Prasad Yadav was sitting in his house drinking tea and thinking of celebrating his victory. Just then, there was a loud knock on the door. He opened the door and was surprised. Standing in front of him was DM Savitri Singh, the SP, and a heavy police force. He stammered, "What is this, madam?" Savitri said with a hardness like stone in her eyes,
The game is over, Netaji. Your pawns have been caught, and they have exposed all your secrets. Ganga Prasad shouted, "You can't touch me, you have no evidence." The SP came forward and handed him the warrant and said, "Here, Netaji, we have your phone recording where you were conspiring against a witness. Now I have to accompany you to the police station." Ganga Prasad Yadav's political empire collapsed in an instant. The police handcuffed him and took him away in a jeep. That evening, Magma Devi was acquitted of all charges. When she came out of jail, Savitri herself came to pick her up. The mother and daughter hugged each other and cried. Savitri said, "Now you don't have to sell guavas anymore, mother." The next morning, he took Magma Devi in his car and went to his posting place. They lived happily together. When her elder sister, an army officer Anika, came on leave, the three of them would spend time happily together. Friends, this story is written only for entertainment and educational purposes. All the